Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk about the Nitecore NPL25 weapon mounted light, and this thing's rocking 900 lumens in a very, very tiny package. That's what she said. All right, so let's dive into this thing, open it up, see what we got, talk about it, and you guys let me know what you think. Let's go. All right, so diving right in, let's open this thing up, see what we got. These guys did send me out a couple of patches, which are cool. I really like this one. Nice little flashlight with their name on it. Pretty cool. All right, anyway, back to what we were doing. All right, so we got the product manual, little warranty card. That looks like a battery charging cable. What this is. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. And here we go. Here's the light. So at first look, you're like, so interesting design. You see, you're like, what the heck is this? So here's your controls right here that sit against your trigger guard. There's your lens, and then here in my hand is the battery. Now, this is obviously removable. So when you have this mounted to your rail, this will slide right out. Go ahead and charge it, pop it back in. No need to mess with it, finagle with it on your weapon. Now, if you look at the battery here, you can check your charge status by pressing this button, and then there are 4 LED displays here. If all 4 are lit up, that's fully charged, and then obviously as it goes down, the less charge it has. When it's on that last one and it's flashing, it's time to seriously charge your stuff. So let's go ahead and press the button, see what we got. We are lit up on all 4. We're fully charged, good to go. So that's awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and see how this all right, so to see how the orientation of the flashlight goes, you see the contacts there and the contacts here. Just match those up. Cool. And then to release it, you'll see that it's locked in place. You're just gonna push up on this release right here, and it slides right out. So again, if this thing were to be on your weapon like so, you're just gonna push up on the release and slide it out. And I slid it out so fast it fell on the floor. All right, let's go ahead and check it out with the light and battery installed. All right, so here it is, fully assembled, battery in place, everything's good, battery's locked in, solid. All right, so again, like I said, the controls are back here on the rear, so go ahead and push that in, and both sides work and do the exact same thing. So short press is your constant on both sides, and then if you long press, that's your momentary. So there is no strobe, nothing like that. It's just constant on, and then your momentary where you're holding it and then you let go. So very simple, easy to operate. Another cool thing. So you see how sometimes your stuff is set up for just like Glock footprints for their rails, where it's set in a certain position and that's where it is. And then yes, sometimes you have the additional accessory pieces where you can swap them out and do all that stuff. Well, look at this right here. This is pretty ingenious. So there is a teeth system right here, like a mini rail inside where you can press that in. You see how it releases right there? And then this becomes movable to where it will match up wherever your rail spaces are. So I thought that was pretty interesting and pretty cool because not every light has these the rail cross sections in the same place. So with that, you're able to move it and fit this light on a multitude of different types of weapons. Now it does give you this extra piece right here. So you see that little piece right there. So what that does is it'll screw right there, giving you additional options for mounting on different weapon systems. If you need it, you need it. If you don't, you don't. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to mount it on today. And while I get that stuff prepped, let's go ahead and open this up and see what the specs are on this bad boy. All right, so like I said, 900 lumens. It's got a 35-minute runtime on a full charge, 255 meters for that distance throw of the beam. And this thing's rocking 16,000 candela, and it has a 1 meter impact resistance, and it's IPX6 waterproof, dustproof rated. Cool. All right. So typically on my lights, I do not like magnetic charging because I feel like it opens you up to a bunch of stuff and the elements and stuff. But where this is enclosed, it doesn't bother me as much. You know how like the cheap O lights and other Amazon specials, they got the big circle magnet on the bottom here that just attracts everything. Any mineral that you're near, it just attracts it, and it's just disgusting and sucks. Since this battery has that charging port in here, it's completely enclosed, no way for those elements to get to it. So I don't mind that as much. So here's those power levels for the battery. Not going to go too much into it. I mean, you read the lights. If it's 1 to 2 bars, then you need to charge the dang thing before it dies. Pretty self-explanatory. You got the short press, long press. That's pretty much it, guys. And then, like I told you, they got that pick rail adapter. You can install it if you need to. If you don't, you don't need to. Aluminum, it is freaking military grade hard anodized. Again, that IPX6 waterproof, dustproof rating. It's a UHI 20 LED. Again, putting out 900 lumens, which is freaking awesome. I'm done talking. All right. So today we're going to mount this thing on the Smith & Wesson M&P, which is unloaded, by the way. A Springfield XD9, which is unloaded, by the way. And then we'll go ahead and mess around with something real crazy like this Taurus G2C, which is unloaded and cleared, by the way. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this thing back together like so. And then since YouTube's weird, I literally, it's a crime if I showed you that I just push this on here and it's together. So I'm just going to do it in like little increments. I'm going to cut away. It's going to be attached and we'll talk about it. All right, so the Nitecore light is on there. It's backed all the way against the trigger guard there. All I have to do is tighten this screw down now. So when you loosen this screw right here, it loosens the retention on the other side of the pick rail there, and then you're able to slide it. If I push this in, that little adapter piece moves on that little tooth rail that I showed you earlier, so you can get it nice and tight, exact fit to where you need it for your weapon type. Let me tighten this down real quick. All right, so now it's tightened down where it won't move at all. Now if I hit that rail button, it's not going to go anywhere or do anything. So you see I actually am pushing it in. It won't move because now this has been locked into place. So now we are Gucci gang, all good to go. So press that button. Now here is how I would have my stance. Very natural, just drop down. Good to go. Cool. Let's show it mounted on these other options now to show you how universal this thing really is. All right, here it is mounted on the XD9. Again, locked firmly into place. Press my buttons and she works. Really can't complain. Really like how streamlined it is on all these weapons that I put it on so far. Just really nice. Tucks up pretty even with the trigger guard there and doesn't stick out past the barrel. 900 lumens in such a small package is incredible because typically I run the Streamlight TLR1s on my my bigger compacts and full sizes, and obviously it sticks well out past the barrel and it's only got 100 more lumens. So the fact that they got 900 in such a small package is quite impressive. All right, and here it is on the Moo Special. So even something as small as this G2C here sits, you know, fairly flush. It does stick out just a bit past the muzzle of the weapon, but no big deal. Very natural to get that good engagement on the light there because it's such a smaller package. It's like it's right there. Obviously, I would never use my trigger finger. I'm going to use my non-dominant hand. But the cool thing about this having the same functions on both sides is that means it's ambidextrous for you lefties out there. So that's cool. Really can't say enough. I know there's going to be some sort of like Glock fanboy out there. So I'm going to I'm gonna do something for you guys. Oh man, I shouldn't be showing this on camera. Let's I'm gonna do something for you guys real quick. All right, I know you Glock guys love the PSA Dagger Gen 3 copy. So for you Glock guys out there, I wanted to show you that it does mount up even with Glock's little proprietary mounting system with the rails. It fits just fine, nice and tight. Again, easy engagement, nothing crazy. Just wanted to go ahead and throw that in there. So that's 4 weapons. Didn't even have to use this adapter piece at all. So I think Nitecore knocked it out of the park, being able to be so universal on so many different weapon systems. It really doesn't matter what pistol you have. If it has a rail, I'd say 9.87 out of 10, it's going to fit it and you're going to be just fine. So let's go ahead and use this thing in the dark for a little bit and then we'll do our final thoughts. So let's go. All right, guys, so completely dark in the house. We're going to go ahead and test this out real quick. There it is. Just so you don't think I'm using some other sort of light. That is the 900 lumen light. It's got a very defined center spot right there. And the flood is decent. You see how I'm centered right there on the door, but I can see everything in the entire room around me. Pretty freaking nice in a household setting. All right. All right, so I'm just going to walk around and use it in different settings here. So here's my, what you can't really see. It's a stairwell. Boom. So my kids' playroom downstairs. Nice mess, cool. Otherwise, completely pitch black. If you had this in your house, you're definitely not having issues seeing anything. All right, let's go ahead and take it outside, see what we see. All right, so there is a little bit of street lighting behind my fence, but you really can't see anything with the naked eye. It's a little bit better, but through the camera right here, you can see that you guys can't really see anything. However, there was somebody in the backyard. We wouldn't have any issues identifying them with this light right here. These 900 lumens, I'm fairly certain. I was kind of skeptical if it was 900 lumens, but I'm pretty confident that it is. This thing lights it up just like my stream lights do. Please ignore my grass. It has been raining its butt off, and I refuse to cut grass when it's wet because it just gets disgusting. All right, guys. I don't know. Let's take this back inside. Let's give the final thoughts. I think this thing is a hit. Okay, guys, so what are my final thoughts on the Nitecore NPL25? Well, my final thoughts are I think it's awesome. Now, there are a couple of drawbacks. So, we've heard all the positives, the 900 lumens, the small package, the easy charge. Okay, guys, so what are my final thoughts on the Nitecore NPL25, all new weapon light from these guys? So, I think it's awesome. I think it's a hit. There's a couple of drawbacks, very minor. I'm going to talk about those, but 900 lumens, small package, universal fit for every handgun I tried today, and I would dare to say that it fits nine out of 10 firearms that you're going to own, maybe all 10. Obviously, there are just those one-offs. It does come with that additional adapter piece, like I told you, to help in that field of options that you may have. So, what are the drawbacks? So, one of the drawbacks I'm going to say is one of the coolest features, ironically. So, the battery. So, I think this is an awesome design, awesome idea. However, I'm always one of those people that like, what if something goes wrong? The only way I'm going to be able to get a battery is through Nitecore. And I'm going to have to do some research and look on their website, but I don't even know if you can buy this battery outside of like making a warranty claim. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to just buy 2 or 3 of these and have them on hand. And if I could, how much are these going to be? Um, it would have been cool to have some sort of way to have a housing that just housed a normal, 3-volt battery that I could a rechargeable 3-volt battery that I could throw in there. That would be cool. So this being proprietary to just their light, I think we may run into issues if you do have a problem with this battery pack, having to get replacements and how long you may have to wait to get that replacement. So that's an issue. And then the other issue that I'm going to see is holster compatibility. So it always comes down to holster compatibility. Now, I am never going to recommend those universal style holsters. Those are just junk. They don't fit. The retention just isn't there, and I don't find them safe at all. So if you did want to run this as a carry weapon, then you would have to get with a holster maker that would be able to custom mold you one for this light specifically. I do know individuals that will do it. You may have to send the light in for them to make the mold off of, but it can be done. Now, not everybody's going to want to do that. Now, if this is just going to be a truck gun light or a bedside gun light, then you're not really going to have that issue, because you're not going to be worried about that positive retention of carrying it with you every day. However, for a carry gun, you need to have a custom fit holster. That's the only way you're going to be able to rock this safely, effectively, and use it for its intended purpose. So, just a couple of drawbacks, guys. Nothing you can't work around. Just it's going to take a little bit more ingenuity on your part and something a little bit more streamlined off the shelf from other manufacturers. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in those comments. Let me know if you would be interested in the Nitecore NPL25. Maybe I'll work with those guys and see about a discount code. And I just want to say I appreciate every single one of you. Have a good one.